spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, for the Spurs, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
And now the Lakers starting group, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Brown out there with the kid, and it's Howard in at the center position. And for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there with Akwuegbu. Then it's White, then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 2 spot. Here's the kid, passes to Davis, feeds it to James, shoots over DeRozan, and no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way to the paint, and LeBron throws it down hard.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time. Or the shot repertoire of Akwuegbu. Mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
Now here's Gay. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
James against DeRozan. Here's the kid. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Dallas. Shot clock at 5. Puts one up from 19. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle, a wide body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. DeRozan's shot is off. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
And Slim picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Outside, White. Floats it up for Walker. It's stolen by Davis.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Stolen by Gay. Here's White, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Here's Gay. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pirtle kicks to White. 6 to shoot. Pass to Gay. from deep three-point range.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far. Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
And the Lakers turn it over again.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Rudy Gay. Last year, getting it done. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
It's Brown with the drive, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good from Brown.
You know, with LeBron coming to L.A., the Lakers trying to speed up their timeline. I mean, the roster never quite got gelled. The end result, LeBron's first time outside the playoffs since 2005, which was his second season as a pro. That's a remarkable run.
Now here's White. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Birtle, the pass to Walker. And the three ball is good.
And when Birtle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
And when you look back on LeBron's first year in Los Angeles, Clark, how would you rate it?
Well, I think a mild disappointment, but remember now, before he got hurt, they were 4 or 5 games above 500, but the injuries, some other drama, really changes in the front office, instability led to a disappointing and frustrating season.
Here's the kid on the wing, Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
And so White will bring it up for the Spurs. Trailing by 2. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much. Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Pass to LeBron. And here is Howard. DeRozan defending. Bounce pass Howard. That's good from Davis on the assist by Howard. Davis has got his second basket.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Here's White. No points in the game yet for him. Shot from 12. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Spurs trail by 6. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
And DeRozan throws it down.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
The feed to McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
That's good from McGee.
And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Los Angeles leading by 7. And Davis can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. And there's the pass to Lyles. Just 5 on the clock. And Bellinelli kicks to Lyles. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim. Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
The Spurs shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. You were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
Spurs trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
McGee with the block. Inside, it's tipped. Now Mills. We saw him with 10 points last game. And here is Bellinelli. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. And then for the Lakers. Big Smooth, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. And it's Green in for the kid. Now, here's Kuzma. Over Bellinelli. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Lakers lead by 13. San Antonio calls timeout. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Here's Mills. Following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Carroll dishes to Bellinelli. They could use a bucket. He takes it up and lays it in.
And Bellinelli with a nice touch inside. We know him as a long-range sniper, but he can get it done when he's close to the rim, too.
Hunter, the pass to Green. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And there it is for him. Mills has got it back down to within single digits for the Spurs.
Boy, the defender was right there, but Mills showed no fear or no hesitation right at him.
A.Akwuegbu passes to Hunter. And again, it's the Lakers.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way. And you could say the same for tonight's game.
Outside, Green. 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. McGee, the pass to A.Akwuegbu. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
So it's San Antonio now after the basket by the Lakers. Passes it to Forbes. On the wing, Bellinelli shoots over Kuzma. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Bellinelli has a shooter's mentality, so you got to know where he is as soon as he catches the ball.
And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And, you know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Outside, Green. Pass to Hunter. Got it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be back with you shortly. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Miles out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2 guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Carroll. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Shot clock at 6. Let's go. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Kuzma uses the glass to finish the layup.
Taking on everybody, all comers. Kuzma's very aggressive, and he's used to getting hit on the way up. Plays well through contact.
Spurs trail by 10. Now here's Mills. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Caruso, covered by Mills. Bellinelli against Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Mills. Here's Forbes. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, this is the strength and forte of Forbes' game. He's a lethal sniper from deep.
Caruso, the pass to A.Akwuegbu. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
The shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. And he's got his first chance at the line here. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Trey Lyles. Gay comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's White in for Patty Mills. The Lakers also making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Brown in for Danny Green.
And the feeling has been that the Lakers needed to acquire more veteran talent to put alongside LeBron, and they've done just that.
And, you know, time is creeping up on LeBron. He turns 35 this season. Really, for the Lakers, the time is now if they're going to compete to get him another ring and perhaps themselves another banner.
5 on the clock. Here's Walker. And too long on the shot. Los Angeles leading by 8. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Tuesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Here's White after the basket by the Lakers. And the pass to Carroll. Gay left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pirtle. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Brown. Here's Howard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
So hard to corral Howard. I mean, even when you try to rough him up and get physical with him, he still just is able to play through it.
And so White will bring it up for San Antonio. A 12-point game. Walker surveying the floor. He feeds it to Gay. There's the steal. Kuzma passes to Brown. Good work there as it goes. Brown's got the lead up to 14 now for the Lakers.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Gay. And they get it. And the shot goes in.
Good, strong, aggressive finish by Gay there. That'll get a thumbs up from the coach.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Damari Carroll. The Lakers also changing it up. Davis is checked in for Big Smooth. James comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's the kid in for Alex Caruso. Outside, White. And White slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Gay over Davis. Gay can't get it to go.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's DeRozan following the basket by Anthony Davis. It's DeRozan with the drive and the dunk by Pirtle.
And Pirtle has stick-to-itiveness on the offensive glass. He just throws himself in the mix to come up with those boards.
James banked in off the glass. LeBron's got 4 points in the quarter.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's White following the basket by LeBron James. And Walker kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Gay. 6 on the shot clock. That shot is off. Davis with some nice D. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Lakers second.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And White kicks to Gay. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Oh, I love seeing Gay go right up with the shot off the pass. No wasted motion.
James looking it over. Brown outside. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempt.
Here's Gay. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Gay's got 7 points.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Howard, the pass to Davenport. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. LeBron against DeRozan. Here's the pass to Davenport. The baseline J. Rebound San Antonio. Pirtle's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's DeRozan. And he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while.
What a nice touch from DeRozan. The savvy veteran makes it look so easy when he scores there. You know, in the loaded West, DeMar DeRozan, not an all-star last season after being one multiple times in the East. His first time missing the festivities in 4 seasons.
Here's Davis. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
LeBron against DeRozan. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. You talk about that edge, Clark, for DeRozan. Very focused on proving his doubters wrong.
Nothing wrong with playing with something to prove, with that kind of attitude and mindset, turning that negative into a positive. And most importantly, it can't just be a mindset. You have to put the work into it as well. And he's done that, gotten better each year.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, after suffering a devastating Achilles tendon injury during the 16-17 season, Gay has bounced back really well. I mean, has quietly become a much better outside shooter, too.
That free throw, no good. A different look now for San Antonio. Miles checked in for Pert. Bellinelli comes in for Walker. And it's Mills in for White. The Lakers also with a sub. Hunter's checked in for Brown. Lakers leading by 11. Pass to Davis. 58 seconds left here in the second. They double team Howard. Back to Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marco Bellinelli picks the...
Davis is really a total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And the Spurs acquiring all-star DeMar DeRozan and A.Akwuegbu in exchange for Kawhi Leonard with one full season in the bag. How do you view that trade?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's going to work well both ways. Obviously, for Toronto, it was fantastic, but I like Bird. This guy has tremendous attributes and ability as a big guy. Spurs with no interest in a long rebuild. They'd rather retool on the fly, and I think they put themselves in position to be pretty good going forward.
Basket counts.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up, scanning the floor, and finding the open man.
Spurs trail by 12. To the inside. And stolen by Hunter. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throw down at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Now here's DeRozan. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. 5 to shoot. Over to the left wing. And here's Mills from the arc. That one doesn't drop. Gets it off. And no good that time. And so it's Los Angeles with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not self-based with how I'm trying to help my teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the floor as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I'll do a better job of that in the second half.
See how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us. Again, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, watching the NBA on 2K Sports. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They lead by 14. Kenny, what do you think?
They look like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out. Playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
They were not running an efficient the shot selection has to move. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working with individuals who are not out of the team. They need to work with the union or move the ball.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And with the second half of we'll find out if this game becomes a round that it's threatening to be. Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
He's running wild on through that first half. Absolute dynamite.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half, it takes a lot out of him.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be a pretty good comeback, though. It's needed for this game to be competitive. And it probably has to happen quickly. Our second half of basketball and presented by K.Hunter. It seems all filled up on the floor. Let's go third. So the Lakers fire right now. LeBron and Davis for the incredible forward work. Get out there with LeBron. And it's Howard in a pivot spot and in the middle. Look back. Great positioning on the back. And the Lakers lead by 16.
And it's a must-buy, and it's more than rebounding after that. And finished off by a second when you do. He's high there for the alley.
Here's how. Left side Davis. And they double Davis. Here's Brown. Offensive out. Second shot. One more line.
The last 6 baskets have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Lakers are on 4 for 5. Let's let you strike past this now.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 7% as a team from the line.
Number 3.
Well, I go back to my idolization of Al at the time. He's now known as the Dreamcast bar. He was the first big graceful guy. Saw a little bit of everything. They just used to I just stories about him that just really admires his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33. Well, he then shouting distance to the basket. He's going to get his bucket. Count on that.
Outside Walker. This is it again. Walker against Brown. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Guys, Spurs, team business, stuff like that. Just building camaraderie and getting to know one another. And orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. Enjoy the finest restaurants and great food and drink and fellowship and camaraderie. Probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
JaVale just checked in right now. Here's the kid, Mike Revering. Here's Davenport. And it's JaVale with a foul. That's his first foul. Spurs right by 15. But the Akwuegbu down to a meet. That's a team that brings people together.
It really does, guys. I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind. There has to be some passion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes that's the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Goal here, the Spurs decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection top of the list.
And you know, let's look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are taken to the woodshed, and
Rick Carroll checked in for the Spurs.
Taking out some numbers for James. He's coming off an excellent season. And about 27 points a game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers, night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays. You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but isn't enough to go deep in the West.
And the first one back. And the Lakers, for decades, fought up a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere this far.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Spurs. And the Lakers also making a switch. Green's checked in. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. DeRozan against Kuzma. Pocket 6. McGee with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Now here's Walker, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And the Lakers last season going against the grain to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticized that move.
And you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed.
Yep, that one goes in there. And that's 7 points for JaVale McGee.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Walker goes in, and that one is good. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Davenport. That one misses. And the Spurs going the other way now. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's the kid. And Pirtle pulls it down. Spurs trail by 16. The pass to Forbes. Pirtle with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. And DeRozan kicks to Carroll. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lakers leading by 16. Here's the kid to the middle. Here's Davis. Misses off the left eye.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Forbes dishes to Carroll. Pass to Walker. Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Here is Forbes. Passes it to Carroll. Walker in the corner. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
McGee, the pass to Davenport. It's stolen by Carroll. They push it up 4 on 3. And Davis sends it back. Pass to Davenport. Can they get it? And he dunks it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
San Antonio calls timeout. Clark, when you think of athleticism, specific, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Miles check in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for Walker. And it's Mills in for Bryn Forbes.
Boy, that's exactly the kind of strength Kuzma has to show, guys. I mean, take that contact, expect it, and still be able to convert. You've got to do that at this level.
The pass to Carroll. Now here's DeRozan. Looking to end his cold spell. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Right side Davis. Passes it to A.Akwuegbu. Back to Davis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shot.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Now, here's Mills. It's stolen by Davis. And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top 3-point shooters. You look at Green, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
And the Lakers call time here.
And now a look at Patty Mills here, how he performed last season. Last year, averaged 10 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds.
Take a break.
And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's stolen by Davis. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Davis has got the ball.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
So it's the Spurs now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Outside DeRozan. And he goes right over Kyle Kuzma and slams it down.
The 6'7" native of Compton, DeMar DeRozan, getting it done. Great strength there.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
And the Spurs making a change here. Gay's checked in. Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
The first one falls.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing.
Ooh! That's how you attack. Wow.
Oh, man. my.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Ripped away. On the wing, Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Gay outside. On the wing, Bellinelli. Here's Wiles. Great D that time from Davis.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And Hunter over to help. Pass to Wiles. Tries a 3. Doesn't go for him. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. Nice D from DeRozan. San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. 1 second left. And there's a nice layup by Kuzma. Kuzma's got 4 this quarter. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Los Angeles guys shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. We've got Medu. Trey Lyles out there with Bellinelli. Then it's Johnson, and it's Mills in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. The relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the play.
A nice shot by Medu.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Caruso kicks to Hunter. Misses the 3. San Antonio's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Here's Caruso, white covering. Pass to Hunter. The 3. And it's Zimonjic with the rebound.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
It's stolen by Green. He's got a clear path. Los Angeles with another miss.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Down low and stolen by Hunter. From deep. And Danny Green hits from deep.
And Green is a world-class sniper, laser, an excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
White with it, guarded by Hunter. Johnson fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee comes in for Big Smooth. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Hunter. Will Clark, underrated athleticism for Derek White. For a 6'4" guard, he can finish above the rim.
And not only that, guys, but he also blocks shots. I mean, coming out of college, he and #1 pick Markelle Fultz, the only players in the Pac-12 that rank top 10 in scoring, assists, and blocks. That's a heck of a triple.
Spurs working the ball around now. McGee with the block. Here's Caruso. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Here is Forbes. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. You like that?
Yeah, Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Feeds it to Johnson. Green with the rebound. LA has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And it's McGee with the jam.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Forbes the pass to Samanic. White inside. A.Akwuegbu defending. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6th block.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. White left side. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the teardrop.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
Bobbed up there for Green.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Forbes the pass to White. The shot, no good. Good D by Rondo.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
McGee in the high post. Out to the right wing. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent. I think that could work.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Rondo looking around. 16 feet away. Here's A.Akwuegbu. Another shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. And San Antonio shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. White against Rondo. White inside. It's stolen by Green. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Offensive rebound. Rondo kicks to Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by the Lakers. Spurs shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Here is Forbes. The pass to Medu. Shot to stop the run. And the rejection by A.Akwuegbu. Oh, Rondo in position. The shot misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
From deep, Green. The shot will not fall. And the Spurs going the other way now. To the middle. And White with the stuff.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
White against Rondo. Kicks to A.Akwuegbu. Back to Rondo. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. San Antonio making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Big Smooth, he's checked in for the Lakers.
Set it up, bring the play in.
Here's Medu. Passes it to Bellinelli. 5 on the clock. Shoots. And it's off the back rim. No good.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Caruso, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Medu. Trying his luck from deep. Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. With some arc, here's A.Akwuegbu. Hits it from 3-point range.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Here is Forbes. Medu passes to Bellinelli. 1:22 left in the game. Johnson surveying the floor. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Lakers shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Forbes, the pass to Medu. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Johnson. Caruso, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Big Smooth. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.